And there he goes. Abyss gonna clean him up.
Olaf goes down. Everyone's just gonna line up here for Lazzy. He's gonna find himself the Quadra. Give it to him. Pentakill.
Priestley with the quad feet.
Gets the ace. Available, just spin to win all over.
That game was insane.
Welcome back, Saints Nation. We're just about to get underway with our next matchup here. Second match of the day, of course. FACEIT R6 Collegiate Championship action, this time between Stockton University and St. Clair College. Once again, my name is Daniel Banner, also known as Mr. Danners, and joining me for the second time here tonight, Matt Avery. Welcome back. Looking forward to some Siege?
Yeah, definitely. After an exciting 3-game series of the league team earlier, I think this is definitely going to be an exciting match here between St. Clair and Stockton.
Definitely looking forward to it. In fact, these guys aren't wasting any time here. Going to be hopping in to the first pick and ban phase. Going to quickly go over what the matchup is going to end up looking like for us here momentarily, of course, as we get to see Villa for the first time in a long time here for the Saints squad. It's not something we see too often.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be the first time, I believe, for them on this season. Finally off the clubhouse organ and consulate grind, get something new in here.
Now, some things that, of course, don't change here seem to be the bans. Going to be taking away Maverick, take away Thatcher, who's just apparently too dang good. His utility is just too dang good right now. EMP grenade and whatnot. And then Mira is a pretty consistent ban usually for the Saints. And then Echo getting his first ban in a good little while here in competitive collegiate play. With Villa specifically, since we don't see this map too often, is there anything specific that we should take into consideration as we move forward into this next match?
No, these are honestly pretty solid bans coming in. Maverick and Thatcher mostly guaranteed to get banned off. Thatcher perma-banned mostly every game, just way too powerful, and definitely on Villa trying to get into the house or into the master bedroom and statuary, but basically looks like we're gonna have a pause coming in.
Yeah, it looks like one of the players on the side of Stockton seems to have disconnected real quick. So while we let them figure that out, let's actually have ourselves a proper intro. Throw it back over to us for a second here. But gonna be looking forward to this. Of course, you were with us here earlier for League of Legends, which is something, of course, you're very experienced with, given the club and all the matches prior to. But it sounds like you also have gotten the dabble quite considerably into Rainbow Six Siege as well. Like, how often do you play that specifically?
I've been actually getting back into it over the past couple weeks now, but before that I was playing pretty consistently. When I took a break from League, it was one of my main games I play, actually, so I got a pretty good sense of what's happening.
Definitely an interesting combination nonetheless, as we finally do get back into the game. Thankfully, for the side of Stockton University, that wasn't a very long pause, just a quick fix there for Universe in the situation. In fact, let's take a quick look at this Stockton University squad here. Looking like he's going to be a hard breacher in this situation. We've got Solid. Then we have Vitornimo picking up 0 in this situation. Ripley is going to be on the Twitch. We have Sir Headlight on the IQ, and Universe Pega, or Universe in this situation. Probably getting Glaz by default, considering he got picked rather late into that round because of the disconnect. But at least it's a 5-on-5 and not a 4-on-5. But, I mean, some people would probably say Glaz still makes it a 4-on-5. But it is what it is. We take what we can get.
Yeah, definitely was questioning the Glaz pick at the start, but it makes more sense of being laid in. The 0 pick is what I'm more looking my eyes on, because that pick is definitely not something you see everywhere because of just how not very useful he is in a sense of breaching and stuff. He's more getting the eyes on, keeping track of where everyone is, but other than that, he's pretty useless.
Say, wouldn't like his abilities and his gadgets and whatnot, as long as you're droning properly, basically just do the same thing with any other operator.
Yeah, he's really just that extra drone you have with the 3 shots he has to shoot into reinforced walls, but looking like Stockton's pushing in pretty fast into Aviator here, catching out that there's a smoke inside vault on the Twitch drone.
And only want to take any damage so far. Zombie Dude took a little bit of heat. And actually, we forgot to really talk about our hometown squad, of course. We do have Big Papa, Impact, Char, Zombie Dude, and Kira. And of course, Saints starting on the defensive side of things. Minute 30 or so left to go. Solid, nearly picking out the elbow, basically, of one of the players. But hanging tight for now. Of course, you'd hate to see Zombie Dude's smoke go down early. Shots fired, solid, getting low. He's the diffuser carrier, and he's going to be the first one to go down as Kira finalizes the kill onto him.
And that's a huge pick that Kira just found onto Solid. He wasn't expecting there to be a cage just sitting behind the wall he just broke, and only taking out half the wall. There's no real way in for Stockton to get inside of Bar.
I mean, at least we do with Universe there with the glass, able to play those long angles as necessary. And to be honest, maybe when it does get to the situations where Zombie Dude's going to start popping that final smoke, maybe he could get one random extra aggressive shot in. But it's still a lot for just getting the glass pick in this spot. But have to see, of course, he does have the diffuser down, so... Starting to get to that crazy spot. Okay, does find the kill on the Kira. Does go 1 for 1. A little bit more value than I see most of the glasses do, at least in my quick play games. But now, with the diffuser into the hands of Nemo, he's going to try and plant this diffuser. Can he get it down in time? 2 more to go. Ripley getting smoked on out. 10 seconds left. Good shots coming out here from Ripley. He tries to get the double. He does actually take his own teammate down. And Zombie Dude, who was after taking a little bit of heat earlier in this game, is going to get the final elimination there. But that's kind of an interesting first round, to say the least.
Yeah, so unfortunate, though. Ripley, he could have caught the smoke off when he looked, but he looked away too fast and didn't catch him on the peek hole there. Instead, trading with his teammate on the defuse there. But an unfortunate start for Stockton.
All right, now that there's no disconnects or any sort of shenanigans, yes, Saints are going to be happy to take that one, which, granted, it was still a very well-fought round there for Stockton, but now this looks a little bit more normal. Play that same composition, but bring a sledge instead. This makes way more sense.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Stockton's going to take advantage of that 6 pick. They're going to stick to all 5 operators they got. They're going to go back with that 0. I don't know how much use it was that last round, but it got cleared out pretty fast. And with the early pick off on the ace, it really just tore apart that whole lineup.
Let's see, where are we at this time by? This is the trophy room, I think it just said.
Yeah, Aviator, or not Aviator, Trophy and Statuary. One of the, this is definitely one of the bigger places you want to have a Thatcher, but with the ban coming out, it's going to be harder to get them. St. Clair is definitely going to have to keep an eye on those Twitch drones and keeping them from taking off the cage traps.
It's always so crazy to see just how much of an impact that Thatcher makes in most of these competitive matches, just by himself, let alone having a partner or something ready to get him in. Just those grenades killing basically everything. So yeah, insane, but ban him away.
Yeah, everyone's gadget doing something different always has an impact on how useful they'll be. But Stockton's starting to get ready to clear out this master bedroom. Looking to take it possibly really fast, like they tried to take Aviator last round, but hard breach nowhere near.
And
take it nice and slow.
only real switch up other than the sledge coming out here is Metornimo this time is going to be the one with the diffuser in hand. Let Solid maybe play a little bit looser as the hard breach, not worry too much. I know way back in the day we would have the Thermite always carrying the diffuser, always being super supportive, but I guess with the diffuser going into Metornimo, it does allow Solid to play a little bit more aggressive if he does want to.
It's actually going to be a really big pick that the Zero just took. He took a My Gadget off the top of the wall there, so they're now able to access from Master into Statuary there.
And shots fired. We do have one going down. This is going to be Kira getting the kill onto Universe to start off the eliminations in this second round. Charles did take a little bit of heat for his trouble, but still hanging on just below a quarter health. Minute 20 still left on the clock. And we know how it starts getting rather chaotic the closer and closer we get to the end of this round, especially around that 20-second mark. And Impact going to be going down without any of his gas canisters, making an impact in the slightest. Nice little kill there going over, I believe that's to Ripley.
Yeah, it looked like he got caught on the rotate, but it looks like Kira there is going to get caught out prone on the drone cam, I believe. But it's going to be traded back by Chars, getting that kill onto the Solid again. No more hard breach, but I'm pretty sure he used all his hard breach.
Yep, and then the Ripley, another trade, and now this is a little bit of a rough spot. Diffuser on the ground. Ripley and Sir Headlight to try and somehow get themselves over into position. Get that diffuser. Only 30 seconds left to go. This could be a bit of a tall task if they can't get there.
Yeah, it's looking like St. Clair's in a pretty good position, having the diffuser in their eyes. It's going to be a pretty hard take for Stockton to find.
Oh,
Ripley's gonna get taken out by the Jaeger.
10 seconds remaining.
And Ripley has to try and flank and catch him with only 5 seconds remaining.
5 seconds to go.
and that's has to go guns blazing. Fires one, fires the other. Ripley.
Wow. Ripley coming in clutch for his team in round 2. Finding both the members slacking.
I always thought that the strategy you're supposed to hold there was called a crossfire, not a dog pile, and it's going to completely ruin what should have been a victory there for the Saints. You'd rarely ever see teammates on top of each other like that, but unfortunately for the Saints, it just let Ripley just spray and pray, take care of both of them like it's nobody's business, and now they've tied themselves up in this game. Gonna try that defense once again, especially since it was more of a last-second execution flaw rather than a strategic flaw.
Yeah, it's a big mess up from St. Clair getting caught out, just not paying attention to where he's coming from. You have one watching both angles, but they weren't ready for him to come out of hallway there. And it looks like Ripley actually got auto-picked to a Capital, and he's going to stick with it.
In plenty of utility in his own right, of course. Could still find a use. Definitely better than a glass if it wasn't intentional. Let's take a look at the scoreboard right now. Ripley, after that that last round, just absolutely starting off strong here with 5 eliminations to his name. 2 of them in that last one, I think, or maybe even 3. But crazy start for him. Some of the Saints keeping it rather consistent. 2s and 1s across the board, and just disappointing that that last one went the way it did in the end. But yeah, regroup and see what you can do next time by.
10 seconds left.
Definitely a bigger blunder there for St. Clair getting caught out like that. And Stockton's really relying on Ripley to really carry them these early rounds and get his teammates to wake up.
In regards to the hard breach, this time Solid is going to actually get off hard breach duty. Just pick up the Ash instead. Let Metornimo finally get off of the 0 and opt for the classic Thermite in this situation. Get those endothermic charges up and blow a big old hole somewhere instead of the smaller but longer range ace charges.
Yeah, they're opting for the ace this time to get into sight. I believe even though they aced the wall open, there wasn't a big enough hole for anyone to crawl through. So in the end, it was really just they had to take from 90 Hall and Master Bathroom. It looks like they're gonna take master bedroom pretty swiftly, trying to cut open into the bathroom to get an angle on astronomy.
Definitely not afraid to make some noise going in to this one. Just under 2 minutes left to go. First elimination of the round going over to Big Papa, actually. Takes out the IQ of Sir Headlight.
And that's a huge pick because that's the only person that can really take out those gadgets underneath for Ripley and or for the thermite. Won't be able to take out any wall charge from the Cade, so really this throws their whole plan into a
And that very well could have been a nice adjustment there for St. Clair. I feel like Sir Headlight was doing basically the same kind of pattern that last 2 rounds, and this time Big Papa went downstairs to go meet him there. As we see another engagement here, Zombie Dude going to miss out on that one, but at least the buddy system coming in clutch here, as Kira is going to be able to get the refrag onto Solid. Universe, however, does find Impact, taking him out. Then we got ourselves another refrag. Big Papa finds himself the double here in this round. But Ripley, the big fragger of the squad, still here and ready to go. He could find an angle onto somebody. Matornamo ready to blow a hole into the site. And right around the corner with diffuser in hands can make something happen.
perfect impact coming in. And great round from St. Clair, honestly. That was a perfect impact they had on the master bedroom wall to cancel that thermite charge and just ruin their entire plan of getting into sight. That's going to be round 3 going to St. Clair.
Definitely a nice one. They were able to regroup this time by after realizing the execution flaw from the last round, getting back into the swing of things. Now they get to go back to Aviator for this 4th round. But it worked out pretty nicely, like you were saying. Stopping that endothermic charge kind of then forced the Stockton University squad to kind of funnel their way into an area that was already occupied. And Big Papa, and I believe it was Chars who was last one alive. But they were able to clean things up nice and quick after that.
Yeah, and it seems they just keep swapping around who's going to be that hard breach from Solid to Matornamo. Now it's going to be on to Universe.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Yeah,
It's going to be them
Sorry, go ahead.
going back to Aviator here, actually.
And Big Papa coming off of a solid round for himself, of course, finding himself the double, getting him up to 4 limbs in the game. Kira finding himself in at 4 as well. Bit of a switch up, got the Cade coming out this time by for him. Char's back on the Wamai Impact, who was, I believe, playing Smoke for a little while, is switching it up here for this next one, picking up the Mute instead, giving Zombie Dude the Smoke.
10 seconds left
And
before
looking at rounds earlier in this game, Impact was getting picked off a little bit consistently. Of the 4, I think 2 of the rounds he got picked off, which of course, I say it time and time again, I feel like I say it every Rainbow Six cast, but a Smoke going down before the last 30 seconds is pretty much just a paperweight at that point, considering you want those smoke canisters for the last couple seconds to deny plants.
The attackers bomb
Yeah, definitely having a Smoke go down early in the game, especially not using any of his canisters, is going to be really rough. You want to keep those up for choking them out when they try to rush in last second, but good off for swapping them out, get a Mute and a Smoke going. They're going to get rid of the Maestro this time around. Get rid of less vision, put more denial in. Good catch on the 0 cam there, peeking into Vault.
attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
It looks like Universe is actually already inside Study, getting ready to hit the wall.
I like the adjustment we see here coming out from Stockton. Instead of just letting Sir Headlight do his own thing down below, killing gadgets, Solid is kind of escorting him a little bit, or at least staying nice and close. As I say that, he's running outside now, but at least for the first initial point, that was the case. That being said, though...
Yeah,
oh, nothing happened. Go ahead.
Close peek there. He, I think it was Impact behind there. He was almost getting caught out from the small peek hole there. The Sir Headlight may just actually sprint right into him if he's not careful.
Lots of shots fired here. Char is going to be the one taking the brunt of that. Just under half of his health getting taken away from him in this situation. It's our headlight making some noise, but that's going to be solid. The first casualty here in this game. Impact spraying him down with the SMG. Still have the exothermic charge coming through. Gonna go through and blow the big old hole aside, but it's not going to work out for Ripley, who picks up the Zofia this time by. Should still be able to withstand unless they patch that out already. But that's gonna be a huge that's gonna be a huge triple kill there for Universe. Start things off, really switching this one around. Char is the last one alive. But he's still on the site. He's going back and forth, but he's not going to be able to deal with Ripley. Nicely done there from the side of Stockton to bring this back to a 2-2.
Yeah, and it was looking like it was going to go in St. Clair's favor there, but they just started losing members one by one in these trades they were doing. And in the end, it was Stockton who come out on head with the play.
And then they did already nerf that out then for Zofia, eh?
Yes, unless they're playing on the previous patch, it's currently patched that Zofia does not have her withstand anymore.
Which is so funny, because I remember looking at the last broadcast on, I think it was last Saturday, where a round was won as one of the Saints members picking Zofia, and it was a one, or it should have been a 1v1, but it turned into a 2v1 because of that withstand. But a critical, or a nice, convenient ability from Zofia getting taken away.
Yeah, definitely one of her bigger tools that can really impact one-on-one. And actually, St. Clair's opting to take the Malusi here, which is very, very strong currently with her Banshees. Yeah, still one of, surprisingly they didn't ban it out. They banned the mirror out on this, which is, in my opinion, would be the stronger pick on, especially this site here, Aviator.
That's might make sense, because I'm still, like, I don't get to watch a whole heck of a lot of Siege here and there, but I do try to keep up to all the Siege news. And this does make sense then why Echo is probably banned too, because I think he got some help in this patch, right?
Yeah, Echo's always that strong third eye you have. You know, he just sits in halfway across the map and you can just cancel any plant you want to have down. But definitely a strong ban. And Stockton losing all their drones, I believe, just from hard picking here. But gonna try again with the double hard breach this time. Ripley on Hibana.
Solid switching things over to a Jackal as well, maybe trying to see if he can catch Big Papa off guard with his tracking device, of course.
Yeah, they definitely want to keep this IQ alive for as long as possible, and they've done a good job so far keeping IQ relevant and taking out these mute jammers that are blocking the wall, but it's going to be really hard for Big Papa to get around the map and make an impact on these flanks if he's getting tracked.
And actually,
and speaking of that, Universe getting 2 kills as Thermite peeking from Aviator or Study there, and it's going to make a third on Big Papa.
Okay, so who said picking Thermite means you're instantly the support player? And all of a sudden, Universe in the last 2 rounds just going on an absolute tear. As we're all worried about Ripley, but Universe comes in clutch. We do have the nice Nitro Cell coming out here from Kira to at least bring this down to a much closer 2v3 scenario. Granted, of course, Ripley, diffuser in hand, still has to make the play. Kira gonna get open fire upon. However, Zombie Dude finds himself a double in this situation. It's gonna be all up to Ripley to somehow get past Zombie Dude and Kira, plant this thing, and take this one for the team, but a tall task indeed. As a start, though, does end up finding Zombie Dude. Where is Kira in this situation? Just in the door, or next door over. Of course, Ripley may not necessarily know that. May know now that the gunfight has kind of started here. And Ripley, if it just ends up being a straight-up 1v1 gunfight, not in a bad position unless Kira just outshoots with the headshot. But in a position now to get
really
that
making an impact here. They know he's sticking the defuse. Hard things coming out, and it's gonna be Kira getting the clutch here.
All right, clean stuff coming out here from Kira. As soon as the suspicion that that diffuser is going down, Not really minding if it gets planted. Of course, you got plenty of time to respond to it if need be. But catches Ripley as soon as he peeks his head up from the diffuser plant, takes him down, cleans it up, and that's going to make it a 3-2 game now here for St. Clair.
Yeah, and one of the bigger mistakes that I noticed in the round is that Zombie Dude actually got away by an inch. Sir Headlight on the IQ peeked around the doorway, but didn't notice Zombie Dude was standing there.
Aw.
So when he peeked the corner, he got mowed down by the Maestro and turned into a double kill, making it a 1-on-1.
Always say it time and time again here in Siege, those moments where it feels like your opponent or you just walk right into their cursor. And that very well may have been the opportunity. We kind of saw it in round number 1 where the Saints kind of stacked up on each other. But we're just about at halftime here. Solid back and forth between both teams. Not really much
Defenders, protect your bombs from
convincing
by attackers.
play going from either side. It does feel like either team could take it at any point. Would you suggest that this map being... Well, I mean, Siege in itself is usually pretty defender-sided. Would that still be the case here for Villa, or does
Yeah,
attack
Villa's
have something?
definitely Villa's definitely one of those defenders heavy sided maps. And especially with these two sites just going back and forth on rotate between Aviator and Statue, you really just have such a hard time as the attacker getting in sight. If you lose that core part, if you lose that thermite, it makes your life so much harder to get into this site and take over.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
It's gonna be a nice Maestro Electroclaw, not Maestro, Cade Electroclaw coming out to get the wall. Trying to keep it out of view from the Twitch and from any grenades that may come through from the sledge. It looks like it's gonna be another master take from the side of Stockton. This time they carry the thermite only, but the shot's getting pretty close to actually hitting Big Papa there. Didn't know if he was in vault or behind another wall, but
How
blind
amazing would
fire
that
is
feel
not
if you're just spraying down the wall and you manage to sneak a headshot in?
yeah, those are the best feelings when you just pre-fire something and hit them. You know, one of those hacker moments you
Yes.
get.
I'm hacking!
Yeah.
Bomb located by attackers.
It looks like Meter Normie, Miter Normie. I don't even know how you say his name. Call him Mito. It looks like he's gonna take bedroom real fast.
That was one of the things I was going to mention too, like Matornimo over there, or Mito, he for the longest time was just picking up zero, and it felt like other than trying to get his cameras in there, he was doing nothing. Meanwhile, Big Papa going to find Sir Headlight to start things off, but here's a 2 fired right back as Solid going to find himself a refrag onto Big Papa, and Impact going down early again here. Going down, I believe that was from Universe.
Yeah, it's gonna be 2 big kills going over to the side of Stockton. Finding that Smoke, who I don't think used any canisters again, and then finding the Jaeger. That's gonna be 3 actually. Maestro going down to Sledge here. That's gonna be full sight control almost. Oh, but Solid getting caught out here on the transfer back from his weapons. It's actually gonna be a 1 for 2 now.
All up to
Kier finding a
Kira.
double. Yeah, finding what's a 1 for 1 Kier with the triple kill. This is possible that he could find the ace here.
Oh, Matornimo, he's been so quiet so far in this series. Like I was saying before, he's been basically just the camera guy. Diffuser getting planted, however. Does Kira realize this is happening? He's going to make his move. Nitrocell in hand. Going to opt against it, however. May have caught on that Mito over here was trying to possibly bait that. But shots fired through the doorway. Not going to find Kira. He doesn't have to even be the one to necessarily push in. And even though he had the defender advantage in that situation, Mito comes in clutch, finishing off Kira. And is going to give Stockton the win here and tie up this series 3-3.
Yeah, it's really huge for him. He heard that Nitrocell getting prepped, so he got off the diffuser and was prepping for Kira to walk in, but Instead, he baited him into his own fire.
Learning things day in and day out about this game. I feel like that would be something that's pretty commonly known, but I did not realize just pulling out the nitro cell actually makes a noise.
Yeah, it makes that sticky tape noise whenever you pull it out, and second you hear that, you just sprint. Everyone just sprints out of that room. Never want to. It's a sound of doom, really. But it's going to be a side swap here. St. Clair going on the attack now, and it looks a bit different now with Stockton's lineup. They got the Malusi, Valk, and Cade coming through. A bit more utility on the side of Stockton for more vision and denial. Having those Malusi slow down the attackers when they try to run into sight, and having just vision everywhere from the Valkyrie on Sir Headlight.
Of course, with this being halftime, let's take a look at that scoreboard real quick, as we currently, in regards to the game itself, it's going to be Kira and Universe all tied up with 9 eliminations on the game. That being said, though, big secondary factor has been Ripley there with 7. Granted, on the side of Saints, you got Zombie Do, Big Papa, both with 5 apiece. And then Metorminamo may very well finally be getting his rhythm going here. Because like I was saying before, he started off rather slow, strictly playing the zero, strictly being the cameraman, not really being the being in very many gunfights unless he was one getting taken out. But started off pretty clutch in that last round. See if he can keep things going here, picking up the Cade this time by on the defensive side of things. And of course, Kira on the Nomad. Pretty standard pick here for him. Zombie Dude on the Sledge. Char is going to be hard breaching with that ace. Impact on the Zofia, and Big Papa going to be looking for some of those gadgets on the IQ.
Yeah, definitely a stronger attacking side than Stockton had. They're really looking to keep those roamers off of their pushing and make sure that they can protect each other. And speaking of so, this may be Impact finding the Jaeger on the stairs, I believe.
I mean, if there's one person on the side of Stockton I don't want to see right now, it would probably be Universe, because he tends to win these things. He's going to end up taking down Kira, but it is going to be refrags here. Impact at least going to go take him down right away.
But that is a huge pick right there. You just took out the Nomad, who is supposed to block these flanks that they're coming through with, but having that, and that's going to actually be IQ falling to the Malusi roam. Another big pick coming from Stockton here. St. Clair's just falling apart.
Definitely a rough start, to say the least, but at least it's just a 3v4, nothing much crazier. Still have 1:20 on the clock to go. Impact, Chars, and Zombie Dude all still relatively healthy. Granted, at the same time, Stockton all healthy, good to go. And we have 3 nitro cells to deal with on the side of Stockton, which is going to be absolutely terrifying to deal with. Any small hole in the wall can just mean your doom.
Yeah, and you're coming down to the last minute, and St. Clair hasn't even attempted the breach. They're still trying to clear out all the Cade charges on the wall there. It's getting really close, but they just can't find it. And I don't know if that's the attacker side bug on the wall, but Zombie Dude just actually missing all his shots on the Cade Claw there and not being able to take it out.
Definitely irritating, to say the least, and having Big Papa to be able to spot those out maybe a little bit easier as well. Could have been a much better situation, but him going down is going to make things a little bit rough. That being said, Solid taking some shots here, being left with basically a single shot of health remaining. But we are down into chaos time. Good luck, Zeddy. Can you observe this? Here we go. Zombie Dude going to be the first one to find himself the kill. So Headlight goes down. 5 seconds left to go. Can they plant this? Chars is going to give it a shot. Dodges the 1 nitro cell, but is not going to be enough. Actually, does he stick it? He does end up sticking it, but he has next to no HP left. He has to defend against 2. Mito and Solid. There is Solid, was pretty low in this situation. Chars, 1 shot away here from trying to clutch up. He's not going to be able to do it. This is going to be the second time. Metornimo going to clutch up a defensive round here, or clutch up a round in general. And it's going to give Stockton University the lead here in this match.
Yeah, what a back and forth fight that was. You had Stockton actually losing all these trades as St. Clair pushed in the final 15 seconds, and uh, Chars, I believe, who planted the bomb, just barely living that nitro cell, got thrown out of the vault. What a cool round that was.
Just enough health to be able to swing around, at least get by some cover. And at least there, Solid had next to nothing in regards to health, was able to win that battle. But then going head-to-head with Metornimo, I mean, he was basically full. You had the headshot right away or you were done. And he did not quite find the shot necessary.
Yeah, and one of the picks now, they're actually trading Malusi out for that Jaeger and picking up a Castle and Wamai. Then St. Clair is going to take out the Ash for the IQ. Gonna stick with the same lineup overall, though, for the attacking side. A bit for the defender and keep them outside of
Defenders,
Master.
protect your bombs from being defused
Now, as we
by
go
attackers.
into this next one, having the castle up, so from everything I hear, this castle's just meant to slow everybody down. Just have those barricades extremely difficult to get through. Like, force use some sort of utility, or just sit there and punch it like 12 times or something like that. Is there something specific that makes the castle good here, or just trying something to be a nuisance?
It's really just to keep them out of the site as long as possible. You know, it seems with the setup they're doing, they're trying to keep this bathroom as open as possible for them to rotate through. And reinforcing every wall and barricading both windows, which is going to be huge because they're going to try and keep control of this master bedroom. They're not going to cede it to St. Clair like Stockton was to St. Clair when they were attacking. So trying to keep this bathroom available to the defenders to get between is going to be huge.
Definitely makes sense, in turn being able to funnel everybody in too, which is always scary as well. Now, let's see what happens here. Saints, for the most part in this series, were ahead, taking the lead and whatnot, but now Stockton University, especially since they switched over to this defensive side of things, seem to be getting the momentum back into their favor. We're just about to hit 2 minutes or so into this round.
Yeah, it seems they're going to try and take from underneath first to clear out all those Cade Claws to get the ace charges on the wall. Seems like Zombie Dude's going to stay with Big Papa so he can clear out the walls. And as I say that, he's going to jump out a window and leave him alone. Yeah, they're going to try. It's one good thing is they brought a sledge so they can take down these barricades really well. It's going to be looking like a swift clear now of Master. And the side of Stockton, leaving a rotate open into Statuary may actually be their demise. And Universe and Impact taking some damage between each other.
Moving back and forth, and now we're going to see the Saints just all drop extremely quickly here. Universe finding himself a double while Solid finds Zombie. Impact's going to at least trade one back, but they're in a rough spot considering the diffuser is on the other side of the map. Big Papa just got squatted on, basically, as Metornimo going to finish him off. And it's the Impact versus the World in this situation, and the World knows where the diffuser is, now in his hands, actually. I am full of it. So, can Impact weasel his way through, or is he going to go down? I think he's going to walk right into it. Sure enough, Solid going to clean him up. It was only a matter of time. Solid job there from Stockton University to bring this to a 5-3 lead for themselves.
Yeah, definitely a good play. They just caught everyone when they were trying to rotate into the master bedroom there on the attacking side of St. Clair, but nobody able to frag back. And I think that was a flawless round from the side of Stockton.
Lee, I think it was either you're correct or there may have just been one, but still, having 4 left compared to everything else is still a massive kick in the teeth, so to speak, to the Saints' momentum, especially since the way this match first started off, it was just back and forth, trading wins each round. But now, Stockton University, they've won 3 in a row, and Ripley is feeling some kind of funny as where's Seymour when I need him, with the Cavi getting locked in here by Ripley. Do we
Yeah,
see an
Ripley
interrogation?
definitely feeling himself now that they have that two round lead over St. Clair. He definitely wants to get in there and get that interrogation going and just completely rip apart this squad.
I mean, high
It's
risk, high
definitely-
reward, right?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be something. He's actually just sitting in downstairs. So he just doesn't get spotted. And I don't think St. Clair knows this.
Right, 'cause they get 6 picked over, so they don't realize that the cavi's even really a thing. As long as, like you're saying, doesn't get spotted out by a drone, this could absolutely shatter this round. Especially if one interrogation goes off and everybody just gets exposed on the side of St. Clair.
Yeah, and the last 2 rounds they've been attacking, I believe, they've entered through this downstairs portion. So Cav's in a great spot right now to pick out one of them and possibly even get interrogation if no one's following. It sounds like one was, Kira just actually getting a little firefight there with Solid. It's going to be St. Clair taking out Master Control to get into that site down below. It doesn't appear that anyone's going to attempt to go downstairs where this cav is, so the pick not becoming as useful as I think Stockton intended it to be.
Well, oddly enough, right here, at least for this moment, St. Clair, for the most part, are actually kind of clumped up over on this balcony of sorts here on this window. Nobody really rotating around. When do we see Ripley start making a move, I wonder? Or does he just keep him standing still? A solid shot here coming out, well, by Solid, as it takes Kira down within a quick little second. How about a double? Nearly finding Zombie Dude as well, but Impact finally going to take Solid down.
Oh, but there's Ripley right behind him. I don't think they're expecting this cav to be sitting here. He's just
Aw.
going to be taken out instantly. Ripley not making it an effective pick. It's going to be a 3 for 3 now.
Of course, as Cavi, you want to use that pistol, right? Because you don't want the kill shot. You just want to knock him down. And
Yeah,
unfortunately, if you're not sneaking up on somebody, you're probably not winning that fight. And unfortunately, there for Ripley. Did it for the fans, but not quite going to make it work this time by.
yeah, definitely with the not working out in their favor, but with only a minute remaining, they have to. St. Clair has to find their way into the site. And right now, they're just trying to sledge above to get some vision. Zombie Dude barely missing out on spotting their headlight there, I believe.
3 on 3, 40 seconds left to go. And does Char spot the feet? He does. Takes him down. There goes her headlight. Finally gets dropped in that situation.
And St. Clair's just taking this nice and slow and finding these picks, which is huge. And they know that this castle's locked himself inside of the memorial there. So there's only one really on site, I believe. And St. Clair are trying to find their way in. Have 15 seconds to get this bomb down.
I mean, I like the positioning here from Zombie Dude. Does have that top-down play, but it requires that diffuser actually getting down in a position that he can help in. And we'll have to see. The fact that it just got dropped is probably pretty catastrophic here for St. Clair. They're not going to be able to put this down. Never mind, Impact last second. Doesn't matter. Universe getting, I think, his 13th or 14th kill of this game. Absolutely popping off here for Stockton University, putting it on to game point.
And that's really bad for St. Clair. They were really hesitating on throwing that smoke down from the, I believe it was Char's. He was really hesitant on throwing his smoke down to cover the plant, but instead they opted not to and actually just go in there and then ran out of time.
Well, now or never. Here for St. Clair to pull this one around. Try and make something happen here at the aviator room. But a solid defense so far here for Stockton, even making that first floor dining room, which, at least as of this moment, hasn't necessarily been a very sought after spot to defend. But being able to win there, that's impressive in its own right. We have 2 players on the side of Stockton hitting the double digits in regards to elimination. Props to Universe and Solid so far.
Yeah, definitely. And their headlight not having a good game at least. He maybe having an impact with these cams, but score-wise, he's just been getting picked out every round.
Yeah, that's just it. Of course, like I say, during pretty much every R6 cast, there's no scoreboard stat for relaying information. So he's probably still doing a fantastic job in that regard. But yeah, sitting there after... Which round are we in? Like, going into round 10 and having one elimination is definitely a feels bad man kind of moment. That being said, though, it does have a couple assists, and what on earth just happened there?
That's an unfortunate impact from Ripley, hitting both Sir Headlight and himself. That may actually be costly for them.
I mean, I've seen it so many times where they're going to go for the impact, and maybe they catch their teammate kind of walking by, scrape them for like maybe 10% or something like that. But that's like half of your health gone.
Yeah, he had to be standing really close for that. It may have been just a misclick instead. But that definitely is going to impact them. Getting some flashbacks that first round when he took out
Oh, yeah.
Mito. Oh, but that's going to be Big Papa just going down to the Malusi from Solid. And he's just gone. Gets it for free, but he may get caught on the drones here. He doesn't know that he's spotted, actually. So St. Clair in a good spot of figuring out where he is.
Okay, gunfight goes down. There we go. Gonna be Kira finding that one.
And they have full control of Statuary and Trophy now. Nobody roaming or on the side of Stockton. So being able to take full control that fast for St. Clair is a good spot.
Minute 30 for Saints to get themselves in this game, keep this from going to Clubhouse already.
Yeah, trying to stay in this game as long as they can, pull it to overtime. But St. Clair spotting the Jaeger on 90 Hall there. Getting hesitant on pushing it.
Incredibly hesitant here. Kira trying to set up some of these air jabs. Shots fired, doesn't realize that there is the player prone, literally shooting right above his head.
I think he caught a glimpse of him possibly, but may not. He's gonna prone crawl out of there. I believe the Jaeger's fine now. It's maybe a deadly nade into vault there if no one catches it.
40 seconds to go, still have a 4-on-4. This is about to get nasty. We do see Kira taking a little bit of heat from the side. Not sure which player specifically. Oh, hello there. Takes him down. 3v4 now. Stockton looking to put the Saints away here. But then we got Chars back and forth here. Zombie going to go down to Universe. It's going to be the buddies system here for Chars and Impact to try and go up against a 3, and it's going to be Universe. Who else on this Stockton team but to try and shut that down? Happy to say, though, Impact going to stop it. Can he manage to deal with this 2v1? Looking to try to make the play, but he might just be out of juice. He's going to try and make it happen. He does find one. Can he find the other? Not going to happen. Sir Headlight going to finish the job. Little celebratory explosion as Stockton University are going to clean up Saints here in 7-3 fashion on Villa.
Yeah, and that's going to be a pretty convincing win for the side of Stockton. Universe coming in clutch with these rotates he's having on his Jaeger, and for having a pretty rough start on the Valkyrie and the Maestro from Ripley's Impact there, they ended it pretty well.
They throw it back to us here at the commentary desk. Basically, just something just clicked for Stockton going into like round 5, because like I was saying before, it went Saints win, Stockton, Saints, Stockton, Saints. And then Stockton just win 5 straight. Like, what happened? Was it just the side switch? Did they just like being on defense or what? But was definitely some sort of flick of the switch, per se, here for the Stockton squad. Looked fantastic on the defensive side of things. But in a moment...
Definitely.
Sorry, go ahead.
Definitely a big win for the side of Stockton here with their rounds. For a very defender side map, they took these attacking rounds pretty well, even losing a few fights, but overall coming out clutch in these final few seconds.
Yeah, the fact they're just even able to scrape a few of those attacking rounds in just like fast forwarded their defensive efforts too. So solidly done there from the side of Stockton University. But of course, beauty of this FACEIT R6 Collegiate Championship is that this isn't just a one and done kind of ordeal. We have ourselves a best of 3, of course. So within a few moments here, we'll be hopping into game number 2. Any final thoughts before we take ourselves a quick 5-minute break to get the lobby going?
I think pretty good much for St. Clair. They just need to fix up their strats and going into attacking, and I think they can come out on top. And I think for the side of Stockton, they just need to continue what they're doing, and it could be an easy 2-0 sweep for them.
Definitely possible. We're going to Clubhouse for the next matchup. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back within 5 minutes.